My son died May 6th of 2023, and in my heart of all heart, I know that Janelle has something to do with my son's death. Either she killed him or she had someone to do it for her. My son died in Janelle's house. The coroners were there. I couldn't get in the house. Janelle, she was high as a kite. She didn't come up to me. She didn't hug me. Showed no remorse whatsoever. The autopsy report said that my son had 3.7 fentanyl, liquid fentanyl in his system, and alcohol is enough to kill 10 to 15 people. So I know it was not an accidental death. I know for a fact that Janelle had something to do with my son's death. She was controlling, she was jealous. Every time he left the house, she bleached his clothes, she threw bleach on him, she stabbed him. He had to have emergency surgery. Every time he tried to get away from her, she'll start a fight just so she can call the police and have him arrested. So I know this bitch is evil. I've seen pictures with stab wound. He had a stab wound behind his ear on his neck. And then she sliced him all the way around his neck. It looks like a choker.
I got the pictures of my brother with his neck cut up, but I actually did pick him up the day that she did stab him in his stomach when he had to get that major surgery. And he didn't want to have her arrested because he wanted her to be able to be out for the kids, so there was never a report of it. Actually, on May 3rd, I texted my brother and I was like, bro, you gotta get away from that girl because she's gonna be the demise of you. It's not getting no better. And he said, I know. Cause I miss him. And I don't wanna be here.
The kind of person my son was, he was a beautiful person. He wanted family to be together. He wanted everybody to get along. He took care of his kids. He had all his nieces and nephews under one roof. He was about family. He was about love. He wasn't about drama. Yes, he had issues like everybody else did, but my son he just had a pure heart. Terry was getting his life together. He decided that he was gonna leave Janelle. He told my daughter Mynekka, he had a feeling, he said, I think Janelle gonna do something to me. If anything happened to me, promise you gonna take my daughters.
We talk every day. Every day. He the only one that understood me. I just want some answers. I need to know what happened to my brother. And I feel like this is the only way that I'm gonna find out.
Terry didn't mess with fentanyl at all. I mean, he did what he did, but he never messed with fentanyl at all. So I don't believe it's an accidental death. From 15 people through text messages and people offering out their phone numbers saying the detective could call them, Janelle told 15 people that she wanted Terry dead. I'm doing this for my son so he can rest in peace and that I can finally grieve. I need closure. I need to know what's going on, and I need to be able to put my son to rest because he deserved that.
Janelle, you robbed a family of their best friend, son, nephew, father. You took them away. And it's almost as if you don't even care. You're talking about let you grieve. My mom hasn't been able to grieve since he passed. I haven't been able to grieve since he passed. I don't wish bad on anybody, but if she fails this lie detector test, I hope she gets exactly what she deserves.
Janelle, that's your boyfriend's mom and sister on the tape. How do you feel that they believe that you killed him with fentanyl?
I'm so angry, Steve. This is crazy. And then like this video, like everything they said, like they flipping everything around. He don't mess with his sister. He would never tell his sister to get my kids. Them kids being under one roof, that's because of me. I take care of them kids, you know? Like this is, it's too much. Like I've been abused for 5 years now. It's not him running, it's me trying to get away. It's me trying to get away
from him.
Yes. I can't get away. Either something is he's coming through my windows, he's doing something. Like he was a good person, but he was an abusive person too. Anything that I did to Terry, it's some truth to that, but I did out of self-defense. I did not kill my kids dead. They was the love of my life. You know, that's my best friend. And then I killed this man. Fentanyl. I'm gonna go up to the drug man and say, let me get a three, whatever they said, points of fentanyl. Like, who? Come on, like I need.
Did you use fentanyl?
I never used no fentanyl.
I mean, just what I read in the paper, I'm hearing about policemen, they pat somebody down and they touch fentanyl and they go into overdose. Like, to me, it's such an unbelievably scary drug.
Yeah, this is, yes.
Did you and Terry did do drugs, though?
We did drugs together.
Yeah. What kind of drugs did you do?
We popped pills. I tried PCP. Just pills, PCP. I smoke my weed. He don't smoke weed, and we drink. I like to drink. That's what I do. I like to drink.
Now, they said that you hesitated to call for help when you found out Terry wasn't breathing.
I never hesitated to call for help. I needed to find a phone. He had called Mynekka phone that night. The night that she said she was with us, he had called her phone because my phone was left in her car. She acted like she didn't have my phone. So when the people came to tell me to get my kids out the house, they brought my phone around the corner. By then, his whole family was already in front of my door mistreating me. You know, so no, I called 911. I did CPR. I did what I had to do to save his life. They worried about me not calling them and stuff, but it's either I call y'all or I call and get him some help.
The two of you were living together?
Yeah.
On and off?
On and off.
What kind of problems did the two of you have prior to him dying?
A lot of problems. Prior to him dying, we didn't have any problems, honestly. But throughout the years, it was a lot of domestic. It was a toxic relationship.
So how did you know that he had overdosed, or when did you notice that he needed medical treatment?
When my kids was in the back room playing something, said like he never, like if he back there asleep, like he always said like go in the living room or go in a different room. Like when he was just letting them play, I'm like something not right. So I got up and I checked on him. When I went back there, he was face down on the bed, this arm under his body, and his face was, this part of his lip was just like this or whatever. Like I tried to roll him over, he was too heavy. I screamed for one of my kids. They came back there. That drew the attention of all the kids or whatever. And she's like, Mom, he not breathing. We found the phone. I don't know who phone I called her, because like I said, Mynekka had my phone in her car. So we found the phone. I called 911.
Did anybody do CPR?
I did CPR. The 911 walked me through the CPR. Okay.
Oh, bitch, so we lying now?
Yeah, y'all
we lying now? We lying now? We lying now?
No.
We lying now when police called CPS and tried to take your kids?
Yeah,
who took the kids that wasn't even mine?
Y'all called them. You called them. You called them.
Oh,
No.
please let me get...
No.
Oh!
She doing all that, girl.
What
You seen me before this show. You seen me before this show, Mynekka, and you ain't do nothing. Stop it.
Stop. Please let us go.
So,
got time.
okay.
Please let us go.
She ain't do
Please
none
let
of
us
this
go.
today. She ain't
Please
do
let
none
us
of
go.
it.
Why do you believe, because she did have children with him, she says that he was the love of her life. Why do you think she killed your brother?
I didn't initially think she killed my brother, Steve.
Yes, she did, Steve.
I thought she had a delayed reaction because when her and my brother got a child together, her youngest daughter got third-degree burns from her all the way up here down to her foot. She was scared that the police were going to take her kids, so she didn't call the police or the ambulance for hours. Ask her, did that happen?
Is that true?
This not true. My family is my witness.
I'm sorry, I can't say her name.
I had my
My
own
niece
car.
don't have
My
third-degree
sister
burns?
drove me to the hospital with me and my baby in my car. She took the rest
They
of my
called the
kids.
police, called
They
CPS
lying.
on her for that,
They don't know
too.
nothing. They lie about everything. This is what they do.
That's how you know she didn't actually do mouth-to-mouth. Because if you call the police, they're not going to advise you to do mouth-to-mouth with anybody that had a drug overdose because you can touch fentanyl and it could kill you. So she did not even do CPR.
That's actually a good point.
Although it's the fact that a lot of people knew about that it was fentanyl before the autopsy report even came back.
Okay.
And then she didn't tell you about her boyfriend. Yeah, she has a boyfriend. She had a boyfriend, and then when they said that she had a boyfriend prior to my brother passing away, because I'm like, yo, I'm like, if you're grieving so bad, how you got a boyfriend so quick?
Oh,
And
she got a boyfriend after your brother died?
No, let me tell you. I was like, how you get a boyfriend so quick if you're grieving? He was like, they was like, I've been had a boyfriend. Oh, you did? I had a boyfriend before your brother died. Okay.
Where is she at? I want to see her come at me like she came at you.
She tried to come at me. She lucky that tall ass security guard was right there. She got the short one. Okay.
You believe that she killed your son?
I do. In my heart, I believe she killed my son.
Why would she want to kill your son?
Controlling, jealousy. She's always after him. Like, he tried to get away from her. She follows him up the street with a stick, you know, with any type of weapon. She done stab, quite naturally, after everything she done did to my son, I do not like her. I would never like her.
I understand that, but it seems like everything they went through, it was a drug-fueled romance for sure. Sounds like there probably was abuse on both parts.
And it was.
Yeah.
And he was always running to my house.
But what I'm saying is, you know, I could be wrong, but it doesn't sound like she wanted him dead.
Yes, she did.
She did. Do you think Janelle's a good mother?
I don't know about that because I don't be around Janelle, but I know those kids got hurt, and every time she's high, she's not a good mother.
Do you get to spend time with them?
No, I did when my son was alive. And the last time I seen those babies is when they came to the funeral and they ran up to me and said, "Grandma, I love you." And I just told them, no matter what's going on, just know Grandma always love you. Oh,
Ma,
fight me! No,
Ma, listen.
no,
You
get
can't
off me!
fight with this
Fight
girl.
me! No, get off me! Get off me!
Ma,
Get
you
off
got
me!
a job. You
Don't
got
pay!
Bitch,
You
do
don't pay!
You got recovering crack addict. You do coke, talking about you don't do nothing. You smoke PCP too. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
We're not going to let you fight. Okay.
This is the first time, Steve, I seen her since they brought my son out of her house. She didn't come to me. She didn't say, "Oh, I'm so sorry about your son." She had no remorse. She let those kids stand out in the street and cry and scream because they seen their father taken out of the house. Who does that? She was so high, she couldn't do nothing.
Why you keep screaming I was high,
And when they
Lisa?
said,
Why
because
you
you
screaming I-
was.
No, I was not
You
high.
was. I'm not talking to you. Shut
Girl,
Shut
make me
up.
shut
talking to you.
Me shut.
I'm not talking to you. Get off of me.
I'm leaving her backstage because I just don't want all the fighting. So Janelle did come here and took a lie detector test. And we asked her, on that day, did you delay calling 911? She answered no. On that day, did you give Terry the fentanyl? She answered no. The results came back the same to each of those two questions, and it came back that Janelle
told the truth.
did not tell the truth. And listen, you lost him. Terry's gone. Nothing's going to bring him back. Were you high that day?
I was not high that
No
day.
drugs at all?
I
Nothing.
had smoked my weed and drank my drink.
Okay,
Terry
but
wasn't even with me.
you could have been intoxicated.
I was intoxicated.
Okay. Do you think that could affect your judgment when you called 911?
No, it didn't. The only thing that stopped me from really calling 911 in the beginning is I did not have my phone. Mynekka had my phone. Right. She had my phone.
But okay, so, you know, delay, not delay, to me, that's not even the biggest issue, is you failed for you giving the fentanyl.
I put this on my kids. I didn't get that man no fentanyl. I didn't even leave my house. My kids was in there. I don't buy drugs, Steve. I can take that test again. I never.
Okay, maybe you didn't buy it, but did you?
I never gave him
put it-
anything. I never bought anything and said, "Here, Terry, take this." I never did that.
Yeah.
He come in with drugs. He go to people. He tell me. You know what I'm saying?
The mother is pretty adamant that you were telling people that you wanted Terry dead.
I told Terry, if you hit me one more time, I am going to kill you. Me and Terry was on good terms.
Obviously, those are shocking results. I certainly didn't expect them that way.
I did.
The crocodile tears probably threw you off. That's what it does to everybody, but we know her.
Never did it to
I
me.
mean, I think I err on the side of I don't think most people want to kill somebody else, you know. But obviously, you know, failing that test like she did with those two questions, I would certainly go back to whatever police department did that investigation. But I hope that you go back home and the police get involved again and that you get some kind of closure or justice for what happened to your son.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Click here to watch more Wilkos. Click here to subscribe and get a front row seat for all the action. Do you want to tell your story on the Steve Wilkos Show? Visit the link in the description to get my help.